Welcome back, everybody, to the Nerdcore Podcast, the podcast that reviews movies and talks about nerd shit. This is episode 782, and it is a Tuesday night, and you know what that means. Live, early, and ad-free over on patreon.com/the Nerdcore, because our wonderful patrons get this live and early before anybody else in the public. As always, this is Nerds You're Gonna Hear What's show announced by wonderful young Yoda Brad. Fuck me, man.
I'd rather not, but thank you, Roll. What's up, everybody? Welcome to wonderful Tuesday.
It's Tuesday, ain't it?
It's Tuesday, and I went back to work today after being off for like a week and 2 days.
How was that, Brad?
That was nice. I got my house clean.
No, I mean as in like I was going back to work.
Going back to work today was not bad. So
yeah,
wasn't too bad.
Yeah. I just got done with dinner after coming back from the gym. I'm tired as hell. I got rained on. I got out of work, walked to the bus stop, got rained on. Get on the bus, and then get off the bus stop, walk to the gym to keep on getting rained on.
Yeah, I'm having an issue with the weather app. Because every time I look at that app, it's like it's going to be sunny. And then it just has been raining.
Bullshit!
It has been raining for like the past 3 days, and I'm just like, oh yeah, we don't have a weather center anymore.
Thankfully, we're alive and we're not in the situation that a lot of people in Central Texas are. So,
yeah.
I got rained on, but I'd rather be wet from my clothes than having to not have a home or be dead. So
yeah, true that.
But yeah. But Brad, today we're gonna be starting a new month here for the Nerdcore. We're gonna be talking about comic book films this month, as we celebrate the release of not just one, but two comic book films this month with Superman and Fantastic Four: The First Steps. Brad, I'm watching Superman on Sunday. And in IMAX, and I have tickets for Fantastic Four on the 26th. Yeah, 26th.
IMAX Superman probably will be really good.
Hopefully. Alex already watched it, but of course he has to shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up, Alex.
Yeah, he has to shut the fuck up. But people are saying good things, Brad.
That's good, because, not every Superman movie has been the best thing.
Yeah. I mean, I love Man of Steel, Brad.
Yeah. No, Man of Steel. I like Man of Steel. I'm talking more like the older, like Christopher Reeves kind of. But that's kind of what you expected in the 80s.
Yeah. With Marlon Brando as what's it called, Lex Luthor?
Yeah.
Oh, no, as Zod. He was Zod.
Actually, it was Zod, huh? That was interesting casting, huh?
Marlon fucking Brando, bro. So today we're going to be starting it off not with a Marvel film, not with a DC film. Hell, not like not Watchmen or anything like that. We're starting it off with Kick-Ass.
Kick-Ass.
Yeah. A movie I haven't seen before. And everybody talked about this movie back in the day.
I saw it once when it first came out.
Yeah.
And that was 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had no idea that Matthew Vaughn had done this one.
I completely forgot Nicolas Cage was in this.
Yeah. I forgot a bunch of different things about it, but we'll go into that when we go into the review. Brad, you showed me you got a new toy though.
I got this thing.
Yeah. So what the fuck happened, Brad? Like, why'd you get the fucking PlayStation Portal?
So, here's how it always starts. So our ice maker broke. So I don't know.
God.
So like our fridge ice maker never worked, so we had a separate ice maker. So that broke. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna. Where can I get an ice maker the same fucking day? So I ordered one from Best Buy. Okay. And I put in Brenda's name, and so it happened during the day that me and Brenda just went to Best Buy at the same time, so I could help her carry it and shit. Well, she ends up on the phone with her sister. And so instead of just going directly to pick up the ice maker, we do what no man should ever do. and start walking around as she's on the phone with her sister because it's just rude to go up there and get your shit. And I find this fucking thing, which I had no idea existed.
So this is a new release, by the way. This is something new and the Xbox is coming out with their own version too.
Yeah, so I had no idea this existed, which solved my issue, and why I kind of got it is because my PlayStation 5 is up here in my setup, and I always end up playing the Xbox down there because Brenda's down there, and this kind of solved that issue of having to unplug all this shit and move it down there. So, and also a lot of the handheld stuff, like I was looking like the Legion handheld thing and the I forget what, but the other stuff that's like 600 something. This thing, it was like $240.
Yeah.
And I'm like, God, that's cool.
Okay, so this released in 2023, Brad.
Okay.
Okay. So this is okay. Hold on. Let me put you full screen here. So let's see it. So this is like a remote play. So you can play any of your PS5 games on this, right?
Yeah. So it hooks up to your PS5.
Why didn't you get it in white?
Because I got grubby fucking fingers, man. I don't need to show them Cheeto stains.
So like you can boot up I don't know what games you have. You can boot up Spider-Man, right?
Yeah,
Miles Morales.
Yeah, for sure.
What
You
the
boot up any of
hell?
that.
And it plays the same as it would play on the PS5?
As far as I know, but on a smaller screen. Also, I just want to show off these because I had to change those out for metal ones because they melted before.
So now when you're downstairs chilling on the couch or you're in bed, you can finally play your PS5 games.
It's going to be
having to come all the way up.
And then Brenda's down there, and then it feels like I'm ignoring my wife. So that's why I end up usually playing the Xbox because it's down there.
Yeah. Yeah. You played anything yet on it?
No, I've been trying to get it set up, so I had to come up here to this PS5 because I haven't turned it on in forever, updated it or anything. So I had to do that before I got on, and then I finally paired it with this, so it was pairing, and so now my console is technically asleep, and so I was checking right before this to make sure it was pairing while I was asleep. So when I go downstairs, I'm hoping it pairs.
Yeah.
Still.
Okay.
So that's kind of my thinking, but it's one of those things didn't necessarily need it, but it solved a problem, and at $200 it was a lot cheaper than the Steam Deck and the Legion one and the other.
Well, you see, the Steam
console.
Deck interests me. The Steam Deck interests me, but I know that there's games that aren't compatible with the Steam Deck.
Yeah.
So
I think if the Steam Deck would come down in price more, I might be interested. But this is $200 something, and if you already have the PlayStation 5, I mean, it kind of just made sense in my situation, so I didn't have to unplug this whole thing. Because I mean, it's ready to stream and shit. It's hooked up to a bunch of shit.
So more of the story is, don't just go around looking around Best Buy because you're probably gonna end up walking out with something else that you didn't go for.
Yeah,
especially if you go to the video game aisle.
Pretty much. So the thing is, if my wife hadn't been on her phone, I wouldn't have thought to just walk around, as not to be rude, to have her on the phone at the counter, and I would have never ended up with it.
So now the golden question is, Brad, are you gonna play Death Stranding on that?
I might. Actually, I really might. I'm not gonna do.
No, you're not gonna open that shit.
Well, this is a PS4, so it wouldn't do me any good anyway.
Yeah. Unless it can be ported over.
I don't know. I don't know if they do that. Do they even do that anymore? I don't think they do that anymore because it costs them money.
Yeah, who the fuck knows? But oh man, well Brad, I'm happy you solved your problem. But
I'm gonna be happy that I actually get to use my PS5 again.
Yeah. it's just it's so hard having to go all the way upstairs and you know turn on your PS5, turn on your AC,
Wait for the
and
updates and yeah.
yeah, it's so hard, right, Brad? It's like
I mean, it's kind of difficult.
yeah. I hear you, man. I hear you. I bet it is, Brad. I bet it is. Um, but now that that's out of the way, you gotta let me know when if it does you can end up playing like how does it work and
What
if
games
you
I can end
try
up
it
playing?
out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if I can end up somehow on your streams, just with
yeah,
that,
that'd be fucking hilarious.
be like,
Um,
I'm on PS Portal.
all right, man. With that being said, let's go ahead and get ready to do this thing, Brad. So if you're ready, I'm ready, man.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, so without further ado, if you guys have seen Kick Ass, if you guys haven't seen Kick Ass, you should probably get out of here if you care about sports. But if you don't care, or you've already seen the film, go ahead and stay. Either way, how it goes, this is your one and only spoiler warning, and it is in effect after these words from our sponsors in a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Today's episode of the Nerd Court is brought to you by SeatGeek. Whether you want to see your favorite band, sports team, or comedian, SeatGeek has you covered. We're proud to be partnering with SeatGeek to offer you $10 off your first order with code TheNerdCore. That's $10 off your first order at SeatGeek.com with code THENERDCORPS. So take a seat at your next live event with SeatGeek. Thank you. Now let's get back to today's video. Subtle first world problem job there, Raul. Yep. First world problems. Brad, let's go ahead and introduce them to Kick Ass.
All right. Kick Ass is a 2010 superhero black comedy film directed by Matthew Vaughn from a screenplay by Jane Goldman and Vaughn. It is based on the Marvel Comics comic book of the same name by Mark Miller and John Romita Jr. and is the first film in the Kick Ass franchise. It tells the story of an ordinary teenager, Dave Lizueski Aaron Johnson, who sets out to become a real-life superhero, calling himself Kick-Ass. Dave gets caught up in a bigger fight when he meets Big Daddy, Nicolas Cage, a former cop who, in his quest to bring down the crime boss Frank D'Amico, Mark Strong, and his son Red Mist, Christopher Mintz Place?
McLovin.
Yeah, McLovin, has trained his 11-year-old daughter, Chloe Grace Moritz, to be the ruthless vigilante hit girl. The film was released in the United Kingdom on March 26, 2010 by Universal Pictures and in the United States on April 16th by Lionsgate. Despite having generated some controversy for its profanity and strong violence performed by a child, Kick-Ass was well received by both critics and audiences. In 2011, it won the Empire Award for Best British Film. The film has gained a large cult following since its release on DVD and Blu-ray. A sequel written and directed by Jeff Wadlow and produced by Vaughn was released in August 2013, with Johnson, Mintz-Plasse, and Moritz reprising their roles. In January 2024, Vaughn announced that a third film titled Stunt Nuts Does School Fight and directed by Damian Walters, had secretly been greenlit, cast, and had completed filming.
Okay, so we actually have footage of that shit. Wow. I thought it was like, oh, we're gonna make this happen, but we haven't started filming yet.
No, so
There's no script. There's
apparently
nothing.
Apparently, they're editing.
Oh wow. Okay.
Maybe. Apparently.
Yeah. All right. Is that it, Brad?
So, in cinematography, Ben Davis. Edited by Pietro Scalia, John Harris, Eddie Hamilton. Music by John Murphy, Henry Jackman, Marius De Vries, and Ian Eshkery. Running time 118 minutes. Budget 28 to 30 million. Box office $96.2 million. That's a lot.
Yeah. All right, man. Brad, go ahead and give us your initial thoughts on Kick-Ass.
My initial thoughts on Kick-Ass is I completely forgot about this movie. I watched it, I think, when it first came out. And yeah, 15 years later, I am still surprised at how good this film is to me. I don't think it's perfect. I think it has a few slow moments, but I mean the cast is really good, and You know what I really didn't like? I don't know if parts of it were slow. Some of the cinematography wasn't like the greatest thing ever.
Nah,
Um, it was Midland. It wasn't like anything that blew my mind. That might have been the only issue I really had with it.
very
But I think
basic.
very basic. But I like the casting. I like the story. I mean, because who of us haven't been like, well, what if I just put on the suit? What would happen? And you see what happens. You just get stabbed in the stomach and left in the street.
Yep.
So I
And then
think
your dad thinks your dad thinks you got assaulted because they left you shirtless and yep.
yeah, and you have to explain like no, 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 no. And then you know, seeing Nick Cage in this, Nick Cage is fucking terrific in this. Like
Oh my god.
like how we say like Nick Cage really got going for with Pig. Like that's when it like we really saw like Nick Cage can act. I'm like no, like he was like fucking good in this.
Yeah. I gotta agree with you, Brad. I think this movie's actually pretty good. Um, yeah, but it's nothing like amazing to write home about, but it's a
It's
lot of
entertaining.
fun. Sort of a sort of important to the action of Kingsman. Cage's death scene was great. Definitely a film of its time. That's what I was gonna go into, Stacy. If you've ever wondered what a 2010 superhero film looks like, look no further.
Yeah.
It's still got like that raunchiness of the 2000s that is still in there, but it's not as over the top with it as those 2000 films. It's a very much a film of this time where we're kind of transitioning away from like the raunchy comedies of the 90s and early 2000s and trying to step into like, oh, how can we still be funny but adhere to this kind of like new sense of normality where we're dealing with a different generation that kind of already that hasn't grown up with these movies like we did. So I find it really funny and I find it really interesting, because like the whole point that the girl thinks that Dave is gay. And
That
like,
that was another thing is the romantic parts of this are kind of fucking funny because
yeah.
you sit there and you're like, why is this girl dating like a drug dealer? Why is this girl in high school dating a drug dealer?
Yeah. And it's like it's stuff like that. The kids, what's it called, cursing like sailors. Stuff like that that's like got that early 2000s 90s feel.
Hmm.
But then of course you have the whole story of like the hero's journey and you have of the dad sacrificing himself for his daughter and all these different things about like school life that kind of like are pointing us towards this new type of movie that's going to be coming in the next couple of years after 2010.
So you're saying it was ahead of its time.
Sort of ahead of its time. Yeah, it kind of was because like you know I'm not gonna say that Homecoming is like this because Spider-Man Homecoming is a completely different movie from this.
Yeah.
But at least the way that it feels like when Dave is in school and he has to hide who he is and he feels like maybe it's more important for him to be a superhero instead. Like it's things that come up in these superhero high school films like Spider-Man Homecoming.
Also, I think the bits of comedy that like are throughout this film are kind of like what you see in Marvel films. You get those bits of comedy. I mean, you saw it in Iron Man, you see it in Spider Man,
Yeah,
but there are parts of this where just guttural laughing of like
yeah,
when the big goon like picks up the bazooka and he brings it in, and and the boss is like, bazooka, really? And the guy's like, yeah, and he's like, well, okay, just
yeah.
fucking dying laughing.
And by the way, kudos to Mark Strong, man. Mark Strong is great in this movie too. Oh man, I loved him in this, dude. I think he
Hmm.
does a great job. A very young Chloe Grace Moretz is great as well. She
Yes.
does her part really well. Um, I guess the people can be mad and all, but I'm pretty sure Chloe was fucking happy as hell making that movie and getting to curse that much. She
Hmm.
probably thought it was the greatest thing ever
Was she
at
in
the time.
Zombieland?
Yes, she's a little bit old. I think. No, she's not. No. Um, Zombieland. It's Wait, I think she is.
Was she in Zombieland? Oh, she was in The Equalizer.
Um, no, was she?
Who was in Zombieland?
Um,
Because they look very similar.
I don't remember, Brad.
Okay. I don't
Um,
worry about it.
yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna end up going to fucking what's it called
Here,
IMDb and ruin.
here, let me
Point is,
do
man, I
this.
really think this movie was really fun. Um, there's parts of it where I'm just like, like this isn't like part of it's like okay, like doesn't really laugh and make me laugh like it used to. It's like it's not like come on, it's not 2010 anymore. Like shit like this, like what's it called? It's a little more annoying. Um,
No, so it
because
was Abigail Breslin who was in
yeah,
Zombieland.
like when she's with Dave and he's like oh man, if Kick-Ass was here, I'd probably fuck the brains out of him. And I'm like, what? I'm like, okay, man, like, all right, we get it. You know your boyfriend's secret identity now, and you're all horny for him. It's like,
And
shit like
then she
that's
takes him
fucking
to the back
annoying.
of the comic store and does fuck him.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I was certain they were gonna get mugged at that point
Yeah.
again.
Also, can we just talk about the whole way that we're introduced to Nicolas Cage in this movie with him shooting his kid?
Yeah.
Well, she's
yeah,
wearing a bulletproof vest.
Yes, she's wearing a bulletproof vest, and then she wants. I forget what she wants, but he's like only 2 more times, and it's like okay, this dad's kind of insane. And then you learn like why he's insane, like
Yeah.
that whole story of how he got
Which, by the
framed.
way, you couldn't get anybody more perfect to play that type of character.
No, the kind of psychotic, but like good guy, psychotic good guy. Is that a way to put it?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, Nick Cage is terrific in this movie. I completely forgot that he was in this movie. I didn't even realize that when I
Gonna be
picked
just fine, baby girl.
it. Bam. Oh yes, but yeah, I mean, I just the whole story behind that character of he gets framed, he goes to jail, his wife in her depression dies of a drug overdose.
Yeah.
Then it goes from there, and this is how he spirals into what he is and what he becomes, and what he teaches his daughter. And let's be real here, like they end up creating a hero in Kick-Ass because
Yeah.
Kick-Ass would have never become a hero on his own.
No.
Because let's be real here, when Kick-Ass floats up with them Gatling guns, you're going, that dude is finally a fucking badass superhero.
Yeah. Which, by the way, the whole like killing a fucking kick-ass impersonator was just fucking
But
hilarious
just
too.
like it kind of like made a little sense. You're like, yeah,
Yeah. So we got a whole like hour and 10 minutes left, guys. Like, there's no way he just killed Kick-Ass.
Yeah.
But it's stuff like that that points me towards like the Marvel humor as well, because that's very Marvel as well. MCU. I remember somehow they wrangled Jim Carrey in for the sequel. Yeah, they do.
I don't know if I've ever seen the sequel.
Nah, I never seen it, but I know he's in the movie.
Huh.
But Brad, it's a very fun movie. It's a little eye rolly at times, but it is a movie from 2010.
Yeah.
So
and like you said, like it was maybe a little ahead of its time, showing you
yeah,
what Marvel would end up as.
yeah, and specifically, without this movie, we don't get the Kingsman movies,
No.
and these movies are a lot like a precursor to what the Kingsman films will become. It's got its humor, and it's got its action that the Kingsman movies kind of do.
And
So
it's got Mark Strong.
and it's got Mark Strong in it. So we always love that. Brad, what's your final verdict on the film?
I'm gonna go probably a little higher than I should, just because I was very surprised at how much I liked this movie. So I think I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10.
I'm coming in lower than you, Brad, but I still think it's a damn good movie and I had a lot of fun with it. Just nothing amazing. The cinematography is kind of iffy at times. I'm just kind of like, this is an interesting frame to look at.
It's alright, but it's nothing to write home about.
Yeah, a little bit too much with the whole, like, what's it called? the school part, which I get. You want to include a lot of that, but like, fuck, I really thought at times I was like, okay, guys, how much more do we have to, what's it called, hammer in that this guy's a loser.
Yeah, just get to the part where Nick Cage is on the screen.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and give Kick-Ass 7.25 out of 10, Brad. I thought it was pretty damn good movie.
That's better than I thought you would give it.
Well, you thought I was gonna give it like a 6 or something?
Well, before I watched it, because before I rewatched it, I was like, I don't remember if I thought this was really good or just kind of good.
Yeah.
And to me, it was above what I thought. It was like a rewatch. I really enjoyed this movie.
Yeah. And the whole, like, what's it called, jerking off to the teacher, bro. Like, holy shit, bro.
I mean, let's get real here. That teacher was fine.
Yeah, she was.
And she was bending over on purpose, which, bad teacher.
Yeah. Yeah. Once again, I go back to the same thing as always. Some of mine were just old ladies.
Most of mine were just old ladies.
Kick-Ass will return in Avengers: The Search for more money. 100%. But with that being said, that concludes our review of Kick-Ass. And as always, thank you guys so much for joining us. As always, follow us on nerdcore.com, Twitter at the Nerdcore, Instagram at the Nerdcore, Letterboxd at the Nerdcore, TikTok at the Nerdcore, Patreon.com/Nerdcore, and of course, Discord link is in the description below. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell so you don't miss another video that drops to the channel, and leave a comment.
Leave a comment if you think Kick-Ass is in the same universe as the Kingsman.
Also, tell us if you're looking forward to a third film. So, drop a comment. Tell us about that. If you're listening to us on your favorite podcast app of choice, leave a 5-star review and follow us on that app. I don't even know why I say that anymore. I haven't even updated the podcast feed in so fucking long. Ever since I saw that they wanted to take down some of our episodes for copyright content. If that's the case, and they did take some shit down, I don't know if we even have a backlog anymore at this point. But I don't know. Who knows? Brad, thank you to our patrons. They make it possible, and we love them so fucking much. They are amazing, and we are not who we are without them. So, thank you guys for being the amazing people that you are. And, of course, thank you to our executive producer, Shane. Where can they find him, Brad?
You can follow our friend Shane at twitch.tv/XSRK or on Twitter at Through2.io, or go buy something from the Suppy God at depop.com/Prison City Vintage.
Yes, sir. And, of course, we just want to thank not just our patrons. We want to thank our listeners, our website readers, our subscribers, and anybody who's watching us for the first time. We love you guys so fucking much, and we thank you guys for joining us. Keep on sharing us stuff around and keep on enjoying what we're doing here. We're going to have another review this week. And, of course, we're going to continue on with our superhero month, comic book film month. And I'm excited, man, because we got some good ones in there. And I'm really excited to watch the new Superman, bro. I really am. I'm excited to see what this is all about. I just want it to be decent. I don't want it to be good. I want it to be decent.
I just want it to be like, hey, we might get a sequel.
But I haven't been disappointed by James Gunn yet. So maybe I might be walking in there with a little bit higher expectations than I want to. Who knows? We'll see how it plays out. Brad, let's go ahead and send him out of here.
All right, Raul, thank you, man, host as always. Thank you to Stacy for joining us in chat. Thank you to the listeners out there, our Patreon supporters. We appreciate each and every one of you. And to end this episode, the only thing I got to say is don't stab yourself with your butterfly knife. Young Yoda out.